Today, we bring you a story that will capture your attention from beginning to end. Meet Patricia, a woman whose life was turned upside down by a betrayal she never committed. Patricia, now 35 years old, is a stunning and successful woman. With long wavy brown hair and deep green eyes, she possesses a natural beauty that catches attention wherever she goes. Beyond her appearance, Patricia is known for her intelligence and determination. She owns a thriving chain of bakeries, renowned for their high-quality products and the welcoming atmosphere they offer to customers. Her passion and dedication to her work are evident in every detail of her establishments, from the careful selection of ingredients to the personalized service she provides to patrons. Patricia is the mother of Sarah, a 10-year-old girl with curly blonde hair and bright blue eyes. Sarah is a cheerful and energetic child who loves helping her mother in the bakeries and has a natural talent for baking. In addition to Sarah, Patricia and Diego have a 5-year-old son named Vincent. With light brown hair and green eyes like his mother, Vincent is a curious and affectionate boy who loves to play and explore the world around him. Diego, Patricia's husband, is a tall man with an athletic build, short brown hair, and expressive brown eyes. He is an extremely dedicated father who loves his children deeply, making no distinction between Sarah and Vincent. Diego is known for his patience and kindness, always ready to support Patricia and care for the family with all his love and attention. Patricia found happiness again when she married Diego when Sarah was almost 2 years old. Since then, they have formed a happy and balanced family. Diego is a loving and supportive partner who understands Patricia's past and supports her in all her decisions. Together, they have created an environment full of love and security for their children, where every family member is valued and respected. The family's routine is marked by moments of unity and joy. Patricia, Diego, Sarah, and Vincent love spending time together, whether cooking new recipes, having picnics in the park, or simply watching movies as a family. Their home is a warm place filled with laughter and happy memories. Patricia's life is a testament to resilience and overcoming adversity. Despite the challenges of the past, she has built a fulfilling and successful life, surrounded by love and success. Her story is an inspiration to everyone who knows her, showing that it is possible to find happiness even after facing great challenges. 12 years ago, Patricia and Leonard met at a mutual friend's party. The party was full of laughter, music, and people having fun, but for Patricia, the world seemed to stop when her eyes met Leonard's for the first time. Leonard was a charming man with an athletic build, wavy black hair, and intense brown eyes that conveyed both depth and warmth. His smile was irresistible, and he had a natural way of making anyone feel special. From that first encounter, the connection between Patricia and Leonard was immediate and profound. They spent the night talking as if they were old friends, discovering common interests and passions. Patricia was attracted to Leonard's intelligence and sensitivity, while he was captivated by her natural beauty and strong character. The couple quickly became inseparable. They lived a true and intense love that seemed to defy all barriers. Leonard often surprised Patricia with romantic gestures, such as candlelit dinners and walks under the stars. They shared dreams and plans for the future, often imagining a life together full of adventures and achievements. They decided to live together after a few months of dating. They found a small apartment in the city center, where every corner was filled with love and joy. Life together was a constant discovery, with nights spent talking late, cooking together, and making plans for the future. Leonard dreamed of starting his own business, while Patricia wanted to continue growing in her career and one day start a family with him. Patricia and Leonard planned trips, discussed their dream house, and talked about the children they wanted to have. They imagined a cozy home with a large garden where their children could play freely. Every decision was made together, with love and mutual respect. On weekends, they enjoyed exploring the city, discovering new restaurants and cafes, visiting art exhibitions, and watching movies at the local cinema. These small daily adventures further strengthened their bond, and Patricia believed that nothing could separate them. Leonard was a loving and dedicated man, always attentive to Patricia's needs. He supported her in all her decisions and celebrated her achievements as if they were his own. For Patricia, Leonard was the perfect partner, someone she could count on in every moment. The love they shared was palpable, and everyone around them could see how happy they were together. Friends and family often commented on their undeniable chemistry and how they seemed made for each other. However, despite their happiness and shared plans, their relationship would face unexpected challenges. Leonard's mother, a determined and traditional woman, did not accept Patricia due to her humble background. Thus began a silent struggle that would test the strength of their love. Leonardo's mother, a traditional woman from an influential family, never accepted Patricia due to her humble background. Cunning and manipulative, she was determined to separate the two by any means necessary. With a fake smile and sweet words, she pretended to be friendly in Patricia's presence but constantly plotted against their relationship behind her back. She used her cunning to plant seeds of doubt and distrust between the couple. Taking advantage of Patricia's good nature and trust, Leonardo's mother orchestrated situations that put Patricia in compromising positions. One of her favorite methods was to create occasional meetings between Patricia and one of Leonardo's friends, making it seem like she was cheating. For example, one Saturday afternoon, Leonardo's mother convinced Patricia to go to the mall under the pretext of choosing a gift for Leonardo. Knowing that Patricia was generous and always eager to please, she used this to manipulate her. Simultaneously, she called one of Leonardo's friends, asking for an apparently innocent favor, such as picking up an item at the mall for her. The intention was simple and cruel: to have Patricia and Leonardo's friend be seen together. At the mall, while Patricia was window shopping and looking for the perfect gift, Leonardo's friend arrived, following his mother's instructions. They met by chance, and Patricia, always friendly and sociable, talked with him for a few minutes. Unaware of her mother-in-law's malicious intentions, Patricia suspected nothing. However, Leonardo's mother had already sent someone to follow and photograph Patricia, creating false evidence of infidelity. The next day, she showed the photos to Leonardo, with an air of concern and sadness, saying she had seen Patricia with another man. With venomous words, she insinuated that Patricia was not trustworthy and that he deserved someone better. This type of manipulation was not isolated. On another occasion, Leonardo's mother planned a business dinner and made sure to invite a former colleague of Patricia, knowing he had feelings for her. During the dinner, she subtly encouraged the colleague to approach Patricia while suggesting to Leonardo that he observe how she behaved in a suspicious manner. Each precisely planned encounter increased Leonardo's distrust. Initially confident in his love for Patricia, he began to be consumed by doubt. His mother's lies and intrigues were so well crafted that he gradually started to question Patricia's loyalty. Leonardo's mother spared no effort to achieve her goal. She used her connections and her ability to manipulate situations to create scenarios where Patricia constantly appeared to be in compromising situations. Each seed of doubt she planted grew, poisoning the trust and love Leonardo felt for Patricia. Their relationship, once strong and unshakable, began to show cracks. Patricia felt the change in Leonardo but couldn't understand the source of his distrust. Meanwhile, Leonardo's mother continued her machinations, increasingly confident that she would destroy their love. This phase of Patricia and Leonardo's life was marked by a cruel game of manipulation and deceit, where Leonardo's mother used every resource at her disposal to separate the couple. The poison of her intrigues not only affected their relationship but also caused deep suffering to Patricia, who couldn't understand why the man she loved was drifting further away. When Patricia became pregnant more than 10 years ago, she was ecstatic. The news that she was expecting Leonardo's child filled her heart with joy and hope for the future. She couldn't wait to share the news with him, believing it would strengthen their bond even further. However, Leonardo's mother saw this pregnancy as the perfect opportunity to execute her most cruel plan. Patricia's mother-in-law, determined to destroy their relationship, forged a story of betrayal that would be devastating. Using her web of intrigues, she fabricated false evidence, claiming Patricia was having an affair with one of Leonardo's friends. She manipulated situations, made calls, and arranged planned meetings to make Leonardo believe Patricia was cheating on him. The photos and false testimonies were convincing, and Leonardo's mother presented them to her son with calculated theatrics, feigning concern and sadness. Leonardo, already undermined by the doubts planted earlier, was devastated to see the proof of Patricia's betrayal. He couldn't believe that the woman he loved and who was carrying his child could do something like this. With a broken heart and influenced by his mother's lies, he confronted Patricia abruptly and cruelly. Patricia, shocked and not understanding what was happening, tried desperately to defend herself. "Leonardo, please, you have to believe me. I would never do this to you, I would never betray our love," she pleaded, tears streaming down her face, her voice broken by anguish. "Think of our child, he needs you, we need you. Don't do this, please." But Leonardo was blinded by pain and anger. "How can I believe you after all this? How can I be sure that this child is really mine?" he shouted, his voice full of despair and incredulity. "You destroyed everything we had, everything we dreamed together." In an impulsive and painful decision, Leonardo expelled her from the house. "Get out of here, Patricia. I never want to see you again." His words were the final blow, loaded with jealousy and hatred. Patricia, feeling betrayed and abandoned, left the house that had once been her home, with a broken heart and not knowing where to go. Pregnant and alone, Patricia saw her world crumble. Without Leonardo's support and nowhere else to turn, she sought refuge with her parents, humble people with generous hearts. They were outraged by the injustice their daughter was enduring and, despite their financial limitations, sold their only old car to help Patricia start anew. With the money from the car sale, Patricia began working in confectionery, a talent she had always possessed but never explored professionally. Her parents supported her unconditionally, offering shelter and love during the toughest times. Determined to stand on her own feet, Patricia dedicated herself wholeheartedly to her new job. Over time, Patricia managed to save enough to open a small bakery. It was a modest yet cozy space where she could express her talent and passion for baking. Her dedication and skill quickly won over customers, and the bakery began to thrive. Patricia worked tirelessly not only to provide for herself but also to secure a stable future for herself and her soon-to-be-born daughter. When Sarah was nearly 2 years old, Patricia met Diogo. He was a frequent customer at the bakery, always kind and interested in Patricia's work. Unlike Leonardo's family, Diogo came from a well-off background but was welcoming and unconcerned about Patricia's humble origins. His family valued people for who they were, not what they had. Diogo was a striking man, tall, with slightly wavy brown hair, green eyes, and a warm smile that seemed to brighten any room. He exuded confidence and had a caring demeanor. Over time, Diogo and Patricia got to know each other better, and he proved to be attentive and understanding. Upon learning of Patricia's situation, Diogo didn't hesitate to support her. He offered not only friendship but also a shoulder she could lean on. "I admire your strength and determination, Patricia. I know you've been through tough times, but I'm here for you," he said on one particularly difficult day for Patricia. As time passed, the relationship between Diogo and Patricia deepened. Diogo had a big heart and infinite patience. He not only accepted Patricia as she was but also embraced Sarah, her daughter, as if she were his own. He naturally assumed the role of father, loving Sarah unconditionally from the moment they met. Patricia, Diogo, and Sarah formed a new family built on love, respect, and mutual support. Over time, Patricia's bakery grew and prospered, becoming a successful chain of bakeries. Diogo remained a devoted partner and exemplary father to Sarah and later to Vicente, the son he had with Patricia. One day, at a business event, Patricia and Leonardo ran into each other by chance. It was an unexpected encounter that brought to the surface a complex mix of long-buried emotions. Patricia was chatting animatedly with some clients when she felt a familiar gaze upon her. Turning around, her heart skipped a beat as she recognized Leonardo among the crowd. He seemed surprised and intrigued at the same time. The years hadn't diminished the intensity of what they had once shared, and the tense silence between them spoke volumes. Leonardo was stunned to see Sarah by Patricia's side. The physical resemblance between father and daughter was undeniable, and the instant revelation that Sarah was his daughter hit him like a thunderbolt. He felt a wave of remorse mixed with surprise and joy at finally meeting his daughter. At the same time, the weight of his mother's lies and manipulations weighed on him like an anchor. Watching Patricia beside Diogo, happy and fulfilled, Leonardo experienced a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. He saw clearly how unfair his mother had been to Patricia and how he himself had been deceived by her schemes. The sense of loss for the wasted time and the pain of their unjust separation came rushing back in full force. Diogo stood by Patricia, supporting her with his calm gaze and affectionate smile. Not only had he lovingly taken on the role of Sarah's father, but he had also been the pillar of support Patricia needed in her darkest moments. Leonardo saw that Patricia had found a new love and a new life, and that Diogo was a fundamental part of this rebuilding. In a moment of courage, when Patricia went to the restroom, Leonardo intercepted her on the way. "Patricia, I need to talk to you," he said, his voice trembling. "She's my daughter, isn't she?" Patricia looked at him, her expression serious and her eyes shining with a mix of pain and indifference. "Yes, Leonardo. Sarah is your daughter," she replied, her voice firm yet laden with the sadness of years of abandonment. "But you abandoned her before even knowing her." Leonardo felt Patricia's words hit him like a blow. He tried to explain, to apologize, but Patricia cut him off. "There's nothing you can say that changes what happened. I was forced to rebuild my life from scratch, while you let yourself be deceived by your mother's lies." She continued, the pain evident in her voice. "I had to be strong for our daughter, and I found someone who supports me and loves me unconditionally. Diogo is the father Sarah knows and loves. He's been by our side through every tough moment, and I can't let you come back and undo what we've built." Leonardo, immersed in a sea of conflicting emotions, felt the overwhelming weight of remorse and sadness. As he watched Patricia beside Diogo, with Sarah radiant between them, he found himself torn between the joy of finally meeting his daughter and deep regret for having lost so many precious years. His love for Patricia had never faded, but he now understood that his past decision to break things off with her was based on lies manipulated by his own mother. The pain of knowing that Diogo had established himself as Sarah's father was a hard blow to absorb. He acknowledged that Patricia and Diogo had built a happy and stable family together, something he could have shared if he hadn't succumbed to his mother's falsehoods. The fear of disrupting this newly discovered happiness was palpable. Leonardo wondered if his presence could destabilize the life that Patricia had painstakingly built with love and effort. As tumultuous thoughts raced through his mind, Leonardo felt flooded with gratitude for finally having the opportunity to meet Sarah. It was a precious gift that he couldn't squander. At the same time, the weight of responsibility and uncertainty about what to do next consumed him. He desperately wished to make amends for lost time, but he knew he couldn't simply erase the past or undo the decisions that had shaped their lives. The reunion was a moment of painful clarity and acceptance for Leonardo. He realized that everyone had, in their own way, found their path to the peace and happiness they deserved, despite the adversities of the past. Yet, for Leonardo, this meant confronting his own shortcomings and deciding how he could contribute to Sarah's future without harming the family she already had. At the end of the event, Leonardo quietly bid farewell to Patricia, his heart heavy with a mix of gratitude for finally meeting Sarah and sorrow for all that he had lost. His daughter's curious gaze echoed in his mind as he walked away. He felt like a spectator in his own life, carrying the weight of the past and the pain of separation. Leonardo recognized the depth of his own failings and the cowardice that had prevented him from acting in the past. He knew he couldn't simply rebuild the lost bonds with Patricia and Sarah, as Diogo had already established himself as Sarah's loving father. Loneliness became his constant companion, a silent penance for his inability to face the consequences of his choices. Leonardo's mother, always concerned with the family's social standing, continued to exert influence over him. Even now, ill and bedridden, she still tried to manipulate him, complicating his reflections on the past and his hopes for the future. Leonardo believed the best course was to endure his loneliness and sadness, avoiding interference in the happiness that Patricia and her family had found. Despite regret and pain, he knew he couldn't undo what had happened, and any attempt at reconciliation could only disturb the peace they had achieved without him.